Well, it's a huge honor for me to be here. Dear Publicis family, dear Burnettas, just amazed who all came. Aurora, we actually think about you almost every day because we live in the Aurora Street in Pisa. Dear Laura, yeah, you saw my little kid today, and Fernando, where's Fernando? Maurice, hi. The stock is up today. Came a little down because you were not in the office. Well, how did you greet me? I said, what did you say when you greeted me today? Hi, boss. Well, under this title, I actually prepared some thoughts I want to share with you. So the whole thing is called Hi, Boss, and we need to discuss that a little bit. So, do you remember what we did together, actually, over all of those years? Yeah, it kind of started with finding out that around our world, our multinational clients, they actually did not want to work with us. Why didn't they want to work with us? Well, they had these global contracts, but locally, they wanted to work with a glamour agency, and we were more a solid agency and not the glamour agency. So we had to have a plan. We had to do something about it. And what we actually did, we did 5 things that I want to share and I want to bring back to your memory. I mean, first of all, we said, okay, there is this Livid slogan out there, this Theodore Livid, who said, think global, act local, which would mean the locals are actors and we're other thinkers. So we changed it around in think local and manage global. Should lead global, but we called it manage global. That was actually the first major thing. The second thing was, we had an organization where a single person was running the place. And we discovered that this does not work with local very well. And mostly the single person was a person that didn't get a promotion in Chicago. So we were sent to Venezuela to run Venezuela, but not having the roots in the place. So we changed that into a cross-functional leadership team. Hey, that was some work to do around, and Gerard, probably you remember when we changed it, and Bishara and so forth. So that was the second thing. The third thing was how to become a glamour agency locally. So we had a 3D meeting around the world where we wrote on top of the meeting, we are becoming Agency of the Year. And during those 3 days, actually, there was the second day where we have invited the 3 agencies that were Agency of the Year over the last years, and they presented the way they were. And we were sitting there and said, you know, our goal is kind of pathetic. Because, I mean, the way we work, the way they go for creativity, and they're demanding in the way they work with their clients and so forth, you know, we're much too shy. The good ideas are in the drawer. So on the third day, we sourced the ideas of all the participants in each agency. Remember, Gerard? 30, 35 people. Everyone came up with 3 ideas, Richard, with 3 ideas. And then we said, hey, we're going to implement those. And that really gave our agencies this push, because the ideas of the people, they were suddenly in the future of the place. With that, we had an audit system of 10 qualities, 4 of which we want to avoid, 3 we want to achieve, and 3 we had to practice in order to set new standards. And then we had quarterly meetings. In each meeting, we looked together at 1,000 to 1,200 pieces of work, discussed it, gave feedback to the people, you know? And it was always a week somewhere in the world, we toured the whole thing. And so, what was the outcome of that? Well, according to this 10 scale, we made a cut at 7 and asked the whole organization to produce 7+ pieces, which touches setting a new standard in the category. Well, we had in the first year 141 7+. After the 5th year, we had almost every day 365 7+. And what did it produce? We were the #1 awarded agency in the world. But that is one thing, winning awards. How did it play locally? We had 27 agencies in the world that were named Agency of the Year within those 7 years, and some several times. In London, we did not make it, but we were runner-up. And you get Agency of the Year when the business performs and your work becomes a conversation piece. So how did that play with the clients? Actually, we lost one client at the time, a big global client. But with the other clients, despite those we gained, we did very well. We actually had one client, after we pitched and moaned that they paid for the collateral, which was a lot of work around the world, they gave us a contract of paying 70.65% from the marketing budget. Not from the advertising budget, from the marketing budget. You remember that, you know? When you joined and I joined Leo Burnett, you with Creativo, me with Conrad, the turnover at the time was about $1 billion plus, in the old calculation, $1 billion. When I left and you took over my job of being Global Chief Creative Officer of Leo Burnett Worldwide, we built about 10 billion. Well, 4.5 you, 4.5 me. Or let's give 5 to Linda. Let's give 5 to, let's be fair. So, I mean, when you think about it, and when you think 3 wishes for now and for the time to come. One wish is that Leo Burnett will prosper, and that not something will happen, what I've read over the last 2 weeks. X, Y, Z, and Y and R, or is it X, Y, Z? What is it? You know, I mean, who cares what it is? Yeah. But Y and R at that position, amazing. Or Wunderman, Thompson, not even J. Walter Thompson. I mean, what do they have in mind? Those organizations are there to help clients build their brands. And they're tearing down their brands. You know? So that is one thing. The other thing is, you know, I don't know what your plans are in advertising. You can look back on a great career. I hope the meeting today went well and you didn't get fired or something. But, you know, your movie, which we saw in Zurich, was, I mean, had a lot of laughter. we enjoy. Keep on doing that. Keep on writing your poetry. And I hope your wonderful family has a bit more of you. And I myself hope in the future it is not anymore Hypos, yeah? It is Heimat. Okay? Thank you very much.